Hello and welcome to another edition of Simply Free Little Talk. I am your host, Free Little. I am here tonight excited about Galveston feature because we have former NFL fullback Kimble Anders, who is recently announced, well, Kansas City Chiefs announced that he is one of the inductees into the Hall of Fame of 2022. So, without further ado, let's bring Mr. Kimble in. Hello, Kimber Anders. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, Fifi? My my
I
my
am
dear
so
sister.
good.
I love you.
Yes, I love my brother, guys. This is
Yeah.
my god brother, so it's kind of challenging for me because when you know about somebody and you're so proud of them, I got to make sure that I hold it down, guys. But I'm so proud of you, brother.
Thank you.
I'm really
Thank you.
proud of you. You worked hard over the years. I saw you. I saw
Yeah.
you in
Yeah.
action.
Yes.
And
And
over those years of your career, you got some pretty good stats. Did I teach you how to do that?
you taught me a little bit of that. Yeah. Hey,
I'm ready to do a little something. So.
you taught me a lot of the mental things how to deal with people. So we had some challenges growing up, and one thing I would say, I appreciate you and I respect you a lot. That you've been there for me. You've been supportive of my whole life, and just as a family brother member. So.
Wow.
That's a special thing. That's more important than anything.
Oh man, y'all, he just threw that out the water. That just got to me. I wasn't expecting that. All I wanted to do was bless him tonight. Well,
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep that together, but it is a special bond. It's nothing that Kimble couldn't have asked me to do, guys. I would have been there. It was easy. But I gotta say something in return back to you, though, brother. Everything that I'm doing now, as far as my businesses that I have launched, is because you allow me first to have the opportunity to coordinate, to pick you up from the
Right.
airport, to make arrangements, whatever you needed. I'm just so honored that now I can do this and get paid for it. But it was a pleasure and a joy doing it for your brother when you can do that for your brother. So, without, I got to get out of the way. I want y'all to see how we are celebrating him tonight. Galveston, get ready to join in this amazing celebration. We have our own Galvestonian, BOI, born on the island of Galveston, Texas. Guys, come on, Texas should shout. Galveston should be excited because Kimble did it. And one of the greatest things I want to say is your humble spirit. It's never changed. Never.
No, that's something I would never change. I know where I come from. I knew what I've been through, and I have a
Come
story.
on.
So I just like to, that's my livelihood, and it's something I'm,
Yes.
I'm planning on. I'm gonna give you a heads up now. I'm planning on writing a book as well. So
Ah,
yes, definitely.
yes.
It's been 11 years. I've been doing stuff on a piece of
Come
paper.
on now.
And so, yeah.
Ah,
So it's time,
it's
I'm in a
time.
kind of
Yes,
still
brother.
place right now where I haven't, done a lot in the last 2 years.
Wow.
So now I'm, been just jotting it down and try to figure it out and see what
Mm,
happened and go from there. So I'm pretty excited
wow.
about that too. It's kind of a book of, I don't have the exact title yet,
Yeah.
but it's one of those say my silent life, because a lot of people
Yes.
know me, but they don't know me,
They don't know
a
you.
lot of
They don't.
things that especially the people in Kansas City, they have no idea where I come from. They know I come
Yeah.
from Galveston. They don't know
Yeah.
nothing about the trials and tribulations and the
Wow.
ups and downs I've been through, and just life itself,
Yes,
and
life
I
itself.
and I value that more than anything in the world. And for that, being in that environment growing up, it made me who I am today. I
Yes.
wouldn't be that type of man if I didn't have to go through them type of struggles.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you for you to articulate that and then to actually take the time to put it pen to paper and
Yeah.
give us that insight we need. And I'm just so grateful about everyone who's tuning in, guys. He has a tremendous story. I love it. It is a story of it's almost like a fairy tale. So because of what you said, let's go right into your testimony of getting into the NFL. But before we do, I want to go back to high school when we all knew Kimble had it and your humble spirit. Oh my, okay, there it is. Okay,
Yeah, we missed it. Yeah, we
yeah.
missed that. We back live. We back. We got it. Let's go.
Don't be playing games with us.
Yeah.
We're gonna be great tonight. So, with that being said, I want to go to high school. When you knew that football was really what you enjoyed, because I mean, you played football since Little League. You and Uncle Rodney, y'all played football, and others that played. Kevin Baptiste and the Guy brothers and Pepper Jr. brother. You played
Yeah.
with all these guys. But when you got in high school, it was something that changed. What was that for you?
Well, I would say this: growing up at an early age, just being able to be outside every day, because back in the early '80s and late '70s, we went
Yeah,
outside and played every day. We played
every
sandlot
day.
football, touch football, throw up football, any type of football that you was willing to do, and we was outside all day. So that kind of shaped my attitude toward
Mhm.
playing football and basketball. We shot hoop all day right there at Raccoon Park. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? Growing up back in those days, you was outside. It wasn't no inside baby. So, uh,
No.
I think once I got to the eighth grade, felt that I was a pretty good little athlete or whatever, and I, learned how to work and start lifting weights for the first time, probably in the eighth grade. And we got to high school, and I just seen, one thing I would say this: it's some true Galveston legends that
Yes,
never
come
played in
on,
the
say
NFL.
that.
Yeah, and so I admired. I didn't grow up watching. I didn't try to be like an NFL player.
Mm-mm.
I wanted to be like the ball high football player. I mean, I can name a lot of
Absolutely.
guys. William Ashton,
Say it.
Payne. There's so many other guys that played in Galveston at the time that inspired me to be the best football player. Coming up in Galveston, and that was my goal.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And then later on came to kind of see the Walter Payton's kind of growing up and then
Yeah.
focus on NFL. But it was a dream, it was a far
Wow.
fetched dream that I had of going to the NFL. And high school, I
Hmm.
just know one thing that we was in a situation where we just got a new head coach, and he taught us some great work ethics and the
Yes.
discipline and the things we learned. And I think that's when I kind of started taking football a lot serious. And,
Yeah.
and initially, this in my book too. A lot of people don't know, but I was not going to play football my freshman
Oh,
year in high school.
that's gonna be a good story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's gonna be a good story.
well, I thought I wanted to play basketball because I was pretty good. I was 5'11",
Yeah.
already
I-
in the eighth grade, and averaged 30 points a game. Was hooping really good, and started working at the Boys and Girls Club in the summertime. And the coaches came over there and got me so quick. They're like, "Bro, you gonna play some football?" I
you
said,
gonna
"No."
play football?
Yeah, but so it's interesting that it worked out, and the thing, like I say, freshman year we had some from now our class we had some phenomenal players, and before
Oh
then
yeah.
they had some great players on the team. So I mean that's when Brubman, Resident Ballard,
Yes.
Woodrow
All the
Jones,
greats. Woodrow Jones, my
yeah,
cousin.
it's so
Yes.
many.
Come
So
on, we
we
gotta
had
put
we
Israel Morton in there now.
Israel, yeah, of course.
Yes.
So we had to go through the hard knocks as young kids, as we should. You know what I mean? And we
Yeah.
had to fight. We learned how to. One thing
Definitely.
I would say, we learned how to fight. We learned how to fight fair too, not fight, but try to
Fair. I
fight
love
fair.
that. State
As
that.
you gonna
Yeah.
go earn your position. You are gonna earn a job
Hmm.
on whether you play JV. Our freshman year, 17 our freshmen played on junior varsity,
Yes.
and
That's right.
so it was a great opportunity just to
Wow.
go out and learn and play football and have fun at the time.
Yeah.
I would say at that young age, that's something I believe we are taking focus off of now. It should be fun. It should
Yeah.
be fun as a child. It should be discipline, fun, fundamentals,
That's
all
it.
those things that builds that character down the road.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're speaking true. But again, let's go back to that childhood. We had coaches that
Yeah,
was there, Shabazz, other
yeah,
coaches that poured into your life.
yeah. Be
And
bomb,
I was
be
growing
bomb.
up, brother, we had all these coaches that took time with young men. You didn't hang on the street corner. You didn't have time because you had a coach in your life that
Yeah,
was
that's
on
very
you,
true.
and that helped you. I
Yeah,
remember, I was trying to be that tomboy trying to play with y'all till y'all got a little too rough.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's okay. It paid off in the long run. And again, I'm very proud of you and all that's tuning in that know him. We know him as Cooney. Like and like and
Uh,
like you said, the crazy part was people in Kansas City don't really know that. They don't know
No,
your struggle. So your
no,
book is going to be very significant to letting individuals know,
exactly.
of the struggles that you actually endured, but how God blessed you and came out. But you had some good inspiration. You had some good people to look up to, like Miss Verna.
Yes, absolutely.
Mama
Yeah.
Verna, yes.
Yeah. And that's part of my story too. I
I
mean,
know. And Peaches, yeah, yeah. You
truth be
got a
told,
lot.
I could share a little bit of that.
Yeah,
My stepmom took me in at the time, and
that's right.
she had no reason to. She knew who I was. She knew I was going through some
Speak
things with my
now.
real mother, and my
Yeah.
grandmother was, just had a stroke, and so my mom, she had some things dealing with her drug addiction, all that stuff. So
Yeah.
she's going into my ninth grade year. I
Yeah.
went by the house one day, we sat and talked, and next thing you know, I'm moving in. I'm like,
Say,
wow,
come
like,
on.
so that was
With
amazing.
open arms.
With
With
open
open
arms, yeah,
arms.
yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
And
And
it was never time. Go ahead.
the funniest thing I always say though, and this is ironic too, like this could never happen in a million years. My real mother name is Verna Anders.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
My
Tell it.
stepmama name, when she's married to my daddy
Yeah,
with a D Anders, her,
yeah.
her name was Verna Anders. How could that happen to somebody?
I
You know
used to, that was amazing to me.
what
That
I
was amazing to me. And
Yeah,
and that was a time that I saw you very vulnerable, but also strong at the same time. And
yes,
that was challenging. I felt for you during that time, but I saw a man that came into his own too.
yeah,
We
yeah.
had a lot
So,
of good times we can talk about. A lot
oh
of
yeah,
good.
it's so many. But so I always say this. I got this quietness about me. I, I, I,
Yeah,
that's my zone. I stay there
yeah.
until I get to know you, and then you'll see a different part of me. You know what I mean? But
That's
I don't
true.
show that to everybody. But
You
I
can't.
enjoy it, and I do it not just for the fun of it, though. But I'm not quiet. I'm still
As people
quiet.
think you are.
Yeah, yeah. But I have my moment. It's fun now though, so I get
Yeah,
to play with
yeah.
it. But that's part of my life though. That's something I do
I
want to
love it.
kind of express to younger kids though, because truth be told, you don't have to be the most vocal person in the room. You just gotta
Mm-mm.
show up every day. You gotta
That's
show up,
good.
be ready to go out there and do what you need to do. And one thing I tell a lot of kids, over the years, the past 18, 20 years, I've been coaching, mentoring kids, and teaching life skills, and I'm
Yes,
learning life
great
skills
life
every
skills.
day to this day. I'm asking questions. I want to know
Yeah,
this. I want to know that. I'm putting myself out there being more vulnerable because I want to be a better person.
I love
And
it.
at the end of the day, to me, I believe that's what the game has done for me. Sports, football, life,
All of
and
that.
I credit because playing football, that's tough. It's harder. It's harder than what you think.
Yeah.
Everybody, everybody think they can do it, but obviously they can't. That's why you got the chosen few that make it. But it is a challenge. So I will say
Yeah.
that.
And that's the good thing. So you actually value friendship. A lot of people don't. You
Right.
spoke about your really humble demeanor. You really do. That's natural, guys. But at the same time, like he said, he got to get to know you. Then you get to see that he'll warm up and he's good. He's just good. You're very loyal to your friends. Very
Absolutely.
loyal.
Absolutely.
Loyalty is crucially important to you, and I appreciate that. That's a golden value. That's a golden attribute that you have.
Right.
So let's talk about high school was great. Still the same guys, still hanging with the same guys, still guys that you've been loyal to, they've been loyal to you. But now you're in college, U of H. Tell us about that.
Oh man, that was a time of my life.
Yeah.
That, they let the dog out the house. we,
Yes.
yeah,
Look, while you tell a little bit of that, I'm gonna come out the screen. I'm gonna let you go and tell it. I got to do one thing for you. Go ahead. You
okay.
tell the story about U of H.
Yeah, U of H. I mean, the start of U of H was pretty tough. As going to college as a freshman, you just you had so many opportunities so much room for error because you had to go to practice every day, but at the same time it was a party every night here, party night. So you had to pick and choose your poison. And during that course of time, it's just some of the decisions you got to make is very tough, and that's the toughest thing about doing it. So
Yeah.
Making those decisions, whether you're going to drink, whether you're going to go here, you're going to go to that party, this party, what time you're going to get home. At the end of the day, you got to get up and go to class, and you got to go to practice. And those were some long days. And, we had some guys come in, that class of 85, that was from New Orleans, and that's all they knew. We had some country boys come in, and we hung out, man. We did. It was a great experience. And I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. The process was just amazing. And like I said, we had some ups and downs throughout the early on years and later in our careers. Then once we got to probably our junior, senior year, that's when we became more responsible young men.
Yes, more responsible.
More responsible.
I'm laughing because I know some of the stories. I'm going to the grave with those stories.
Me too.
I love it, brother. I do. So I want everyone who don't really know, you have a very unique story of how you even got into the NFL.
Yes, definitely. So the bright side of everything is I'm here. I made it.
Yes.
Where I'm at today.
He must want to say that for his book, guys.
No, but I had some challenging times. So going into my senior year, it was ironically that we, our junior year, actually my sophomore year, that we hired a new coach, which was Jack Party, which was one of the legendary NFL coaches. He brought his coaching staff over. We switched to the run and shoot offense, and it was more. I was a true running back. Like I grew up watching Eric Dickerson. I thought I was Eric Dickerson, Walter Payton. I thought I was Tony Dorsett. That's why
all of that, huh?
All of that. That's who I thought I was gonna be. Even O.J. Simpson. I thought I was all of them. You know what I mean?
You did.
And so we switched to a different offense, and it was it was more of a passing offense.
Yeah.
And the good thing about it, we had a lot of success. We got an opportunity to play with Andre Ware, who won Heisman Trophy our senior year. We had receivers catching 100 balls in a season, and then that would be 400 balls was even thought of. And unfortunately, I got moved into inside receiver my senior year. So I was no longer playing a running back, and the running back that was there behind me had a fantastic year. I mean, it wasn't because it was because he was better than me. It was just a situational thing.
Yes.
And at the time, I never ran a route, never caught a pass out, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Besides a screen or something. And a friend of mine, Jason Phillips, to this day, he's been coaching at Jackson State. Yeah. Man, we did drills. He's one of our best receivers, quarterback. He's from Houston Sterling. And I was just catching pass every day. And playing that year, catching 60 or 70 some passes or balls, whatever. So unfortunately, we get down to the draft, and potentially you can go from the 3rd to the 5th round. And back then they had 12 rounds. So
that's right.
At some point, I'm thinking I'm gonna get drafted. 12 rounds go by, I did not get drafted.
Remember that?
Yeah. We was at the house. Waiting. Because matter of fact, I went to Eric Hill, one of our big time players from LSU. He got drafted in the 1st round. After the 1st round was up, I came to my house and then, sitting around waiting and never got that phone call. However, I did get.
Come on, say that.
I got the phone call from Pittsburgh Steelers to come in as a free agent. And unfortunately, it wasn't too long after the last cut for training camp. I was cut on the final cut. And at that point, I'll be honest with you, I was devastated. And I can remember Chuck Noll, the great coach from the Pittsburgh Steelers, told me, he said, Kimble, I think you would play in this league, but it just won't be with us. And that's just the way, like, all thing you can do.
We were crushed.
Yeah. And so I get back home, I'm like, shit, what's next? You know what I mean? So my agent, he said, we waiting somebody. So it's 2 things happen. Somebody call you, pick up off waivers. And secondly, waiting on somebody to get hurt, because people get hurt, and the team may be looking for, so the whole season go by, right? But prior to that, me and Pep, one of my friends, Pepper Jr. That is
Pepper
that's
Jr.,
my
Edward
one.
Benjamin. Yes.
He came. I was at home depressed for like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and he said, "Man, what are you doing?" He said, "You need to be out there working out, doing that." He said, "Man, I'm
Right.
going to do." So we started going every day from that point. I took about 2 weeks, 2, 3 weeks off. Like mentally, I
Yeah.
was lost, you know. And 2, 3 weeks
Whew.
go by. We start working out the rest of the season. Still didn't get picked up or anything, right?
Yeah.
And I was coming home from a workout one day, and my mailman guy was out there. He said, "Man, you know what? I cannot believe you're not playing in the league." He said, that's just a shame." He said, "You know what? I do know this guy in Kansas City.
Yep.
Now, if it's okay for me to give you information and such." I just looked at him
Yes.
like, yeah. But I'm looking like, hesitant, like,
Yeah,
really?
I
What are you gonna do?
remember.
You know what I mean? And hey, I promise you this. 2 weeks later, I got a phone call from the Kansas City Chiefs, and the rest is history.
And the
You
rest is
know, and
history.
that's what it was. That was my way of getting to, where I wanted to be and had plans and so. But it
I'm
was
laughing
just
at some of your comments. I'm gonna share them with you in a few minutes.
it's just a weird way. It's just but that's the one thing I will say too, though, in life, you never give up on it. I mean, because
Never.
things happen for a reason, and I'm a true prime example of that, because I would have never known that. That's something that's very uncommon, and I've had a chance playing NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this to young kids: NFL for 10 years. It's not based on, the thing is, how good you are. Nobody cares
Yes, come
about
on,
that.
say that.
It's so
Correction.
many other variables that you have to have. You mean
Yeah.
it's time and placing, smart right now, ability to do this, ability to do that. There's so many other factors that come in, and at the end of the day, it comes down to a numbers game. And right now, it's only, I mean, it's a low percentile making the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's everybody goal and everybody dream, but it's only a selected few, and that's a true statement. But I will say, never give up on it. Never
Never give
never
up.
doubt yourself. And the one thing that over the years, and even now to this day, I always doubted myself to a certain degree. And I've each year try to make sure I understand to build myself up first. I
That's
got
so.
to feel confident in myself on what I can do before I can do anything for anybody else. So
I love
um,
it.
that's kind of a twist that I tell all the young guys, because do hard work and
Yeah.
perseverance. There's so many things that happen in life, because they ain't nothing just perfect.
Yeah.
So we have
That's
the ups
so
and downs
true.
when we go through the roller coasters, and I've dealt with a lot of it over my whole life, and then to this day, I mean, we challenges, we face with them, so we just got to be prepared and stay ready and fight through it.
And fight through and fight through. First of all, I want to pause here. I want to just let you know that Galveston has turned out for you. There are so many former players. City of Galveston is just all through the comments. They in the comment streets hard and
Right.
heavy.
What?
But
That's good.
my sister is tagging everyone,
That's
everyone
good.
in history in Galveston. But I like that Joyce Johnson said only 2% of the athletes go to the pros, and you
Yeah, two
made that
percent.
very crystal clear. I want to go back to Johnny Johnson. He said one of my favorite athletes, a tour. You, brother, he said you. And there was some other comments. I don't want to remiss. I don't want to leave anyone out, because people have really turned out. Miss Sheila Smith, she said, "My son, she's proud of you." Lanita Robinson
Yeah,
said, "Hi, hi, y'all." I love it.
yeah, Sheila. Yeah,
And
sure.
Miss Patricia Tolliver said, "Good evening." She's so faithful. I just thank God for her. And then there's others that say, "Turning out to please." They said, "Thank." Oh, someone is actually encouraging people to share, like, and I appreciate that very, very much. Believe it's Tan Tate. She's always in it. What a smile both of you have. Thank you very much. But I was going to say that about brother. Brother's smile has helped us get in a lot of places.
That's about it. I ain't gotta say nothing,
Your smile has
right?
helped us get in a lot of places.
Just smile, yeah. Oh, y'all come in free. Come on.
Look, he's very modest. He can't handle that one. He can't handle that one. I've seen him. I bet if I put Tony Braxton on, man. That's an old joke, guys. Work ethics are applicable in every area of the great life points. You got it. You're right. You have to apply application. Congratulations, Kimble. Smiley faces. Discipline. I'm just kind of doing it. Congratulations for being inducted into the NFL, Kansas City Chiefs Hall of Fame. We all are so excited and proud of you. Everybody's proud of you. Yeah, just good messages. Legend. Wow,
Yeah,
legend is all right. Okay, come on now.
But you know what's funny though?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Sometimes I kind of, I don't take it for granted. Don't get me wrong.
No, not at all.
But at the same time, when I hear that, even one time I heard it, and they can't sit it. They appreciate me a lot too. Talking about legend. Yeah. I see you talking about me. I'm like, because you forget what you really, what you've done, and you, like I said, I don't pat myself on the back for none of this stuff. It's something that was God given to me, and it's something that I exceeded abundantly through Him. You know what I mean? And so I was put in that situation, and like I said, that's the reason I really want to share my story more so now than I ever did. I know I've been talking about this book for over 12, 13 years, and I think now is the time because, we're in a situation where with our young youth in America now, we got to make sure we get to leave a positive impact and show them the way. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's, for me, that's what I got to offer. I want to be able to offer something to somebody and give. And that's obviously, that's been part of my life, my whole upbringing, because, when we grew up, I mean, we had to go to the store with the food stamps and this and that and go get this. And we had assistance from people as well. But I will say this. I'm going to go back a little bit. Our community was strong in Galveston. When I grew up in the 70s, 80s. It was a lot of stuff going on, from the prostitution to the drugs or whatever.
Say that.
But I always believed that those were some valuable lessons. Yes. And one thing I decided from that's what I didn't want to do. And so, with that said, a lot of us got caught up in it. And man, the amazing talent that we had in Galveston, and I know we're going backwards, but I just had to say it since it's coming out.
No. You say this is your shine day. This is we celebrating you today.
Yeah, but that's my appreciation of the old heads. When I got in trouble in school, if an old head see me coming, they would know you got in trouble in school. They could whoop you on the spot.
Yes, they did. Yeah, oh wow! Remind us of that. Yes, but that was what kept us though. People they looked out for us. They didn't give up on us. They didn't give up on us. They didn't say, we ain't worried about no Kimble. No, they took you in. And they poured into you, and they sold into you, and they spent time with you, as well as other guys that could have gone astray. But there was coaches back then and educators back then that they was on it.
Especially in elementary,
they cared.
Yeah,
it wasn't no throwaway a kid.
No,
that was a disappointment to an educator when a child wasn't getting it. So I'm glad you said that. I love that. I miss that wholesome values. So thank you so much for bringing that point out. But what I want to say about you that a lot of people don't know, you kind of hit on it. You touched about your demeanor. You don't really want to be the loudest one in the room, or you have to speak first. So I remember setting up your interview with Chad. I know you're laughing about it, with Chad Jones. Guys, y'all have no idea. I went through something with my brother that day about this interview. Chad also shared with me recently. He said, man, Kimble was like, what you gonna ask? What's this? What's that? He said, you was just kind of like not knowing what to expect. But he said, but after the interview, he said, you smiled big and you said, that was good. That didn't hurt at all. But I was glad that I kept pushing you to do that, because it led you again to do a lot of public speaking, and you did a lot for you, which brings you to your love right now. So everything has purpose. And I even remember you going into the prisons. Tell us about your experience going into the prison system.
That was, I promise you, that was one of my highlights of my life. And just like I
Mine
say,
too.
for me to come and the warden was so
Yeah.
they might be my brother. That might be my brother from another mother. He
Yeah.
come, hey, we used to go up there. He have the cooks on deck. He feed me like we was at like church
Yes.
every week.
Yes.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. Used to go up there and really sit and talk to the
Yes.
prisoners.
You
Just
did.
just give them encouragement or whatever. And also to go there and get haircuts. I used to probably go
Yes.
once every other week or so. I
You
used to
was
go up there
like
like
clockwork.
I was a visitor inmate. Shit, hey,
Yo, babe. You look, brother,
I
you
could see
had
it.
it so good that they were like, I had to literally say, get out of my office. Don't come in here. I'm not
Right,
gonna tell you when he coming back. My
right,
clients were
right.
like, when your brother coming back, when your brother coming back. Because he totally had the full reign of Ramsey too. I'm gonna say what unit it was. Warden Velasquez, senior warden, Warden McClure. They just embraced you.
Yeah,
And it was like it was just amazing. They allowed you to go and minister to the guys that was there at the time in TDC, and that really made a difference in a lot of their lives. They had never been able to physically see and to have that kind of communication. So I want to thank you, brother. You helped a
yeah,
lot of my clients, and just the entire unit was happy when you came on the scene. I was as well because I got a good home cooked meal because of you.
right, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
but so for like that's the fuel for me too. Like it in my life, it impacts me because I want to see. I want to, if it's a such thing, I want to make everybody happy at the end of the day.
Yes.
Now it don't
Yes. You
always work that way. However, that is my ultimate goal. It's like I want to see people do well. I want to see people succeed.
That's it.
I want to see everybody do well. I don't want to see nobody doing bad. And if you are doing bad, we can try to work your way out of it. You know what I mean?
Work your way
That's
out.
always been my biggest thing in life because, like I said, I know what I went through growing up as a kid. It was some bad stuff that I don't wish on anybody, but I survived and kept my head like literally. I should be about crazy as the best of brothers. You know what I mean?
Thank God you didn't go crazy.
I know, right? And it was just like I say, for
Yeah.
me, it's nobody but God. And at the same
Nobody.
time, I still say, even though that environment wasn't the best, but it was the best for me.
It was best for you, and it made you the awesome gentleman that you are today,
Right.
the very humble individual. But these stats, man, they're awesome. You were
Yeah.
out there really giving it your all. Like you said, all the players you named that you were imitating for a little bit, but now you have young boys that look up to you, Kimble Anders.
Yeah.
You say, I want to play hard like he did. Because I remember one time you got hurt. I was like, oh man, y'all get out there, find out what's going on. But you got right back in the game and played. I'm like, I just saw them crush you. That was hard to see that. What
Yeah.
was going through your mind with those types of injuries where it was a hard hit? I
Well,
think
it's
I
something.
almost passed out at the stadium.
Yeah. I mean, it's something that. So it's one thing about that game. It's something you have to deal with. It's not a matter if you get hurt. It's a matter when you're gonna get hurt and
When,
how
yeah,
bad is it.
how
What's
bad?
the
Yeah.
from being knocked out cold to a concussion or being carted off the field with a torn Achilles tendon,
Wow.
busted knee, busted elbow, dislocated shoulder. It's just a matter of when. That is a very violent sport, um,
Mm,
and you only protect yourself as much as you can because the
wow.
injuries don't come, and
Oh
that's
yeah.
obviously that's what kills all of us. Matter of fact,
Mm,
going into my ninth year, I told my ruptured my Achilles tendon, the first major
yeah, that was
injury in
bad.
my whole career, and then the next year I'm out of the league, after 10 years. So that's just a part of. But I will say this: I do at some point kind of feel the concussion stuff at times because back then the concussion was like a regular routine where you just
Mm,
get some smell something, you go back in the game, but you want to get back in the game. And that's what you were
yeah.
taught. Like now,
Yes.
which is the right way to do it, is if you got to come over a little dizzy, you probably sitting for a game or two. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But that's where it was though. It was the battle of the beast. And it was like the older generation that didn't know any better,
Yes.
and I will say this: that is a great generation. I can't take nothing away from them.
Nothing.
And the way they playing the game now is football is great. It's a little soft, but it's a
Yeah.
great sport, and they are protecting. Uh, they're protecting the people. So I appreciate that more than anything. If you're thinking about guys getting out, a lot of guys over the
Mm-hmm.
past 6 months, we had like 5 or 6 guys in committed suicide or
Mm.
got in this
Wow.
weird or something happened that okay, why did he walk in front of a car at 6 in the morning? What was he doing? Like
What was that all
so
about? Yeah.
yeah, so
Mm.
and I do know the concussion is really tough
It's
because
serious.
that's real serious now because I was really good friends with Junior Seau, and I was very surprised that a guy was this smart, intelligent, beautiful family that would take
Mm.
his life. He had everything. He didn't have no money issues, no none of that stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like I was pretty. It got me because I used to go up to California a lot to go to his
Wow.
camps, and I was really shocked. And then the domino effect been ever since, and a lot of guys. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of concerns with that as well.
It
And mental
is. It
health.
is.
And mental health is like that is an issue at this day and age for everybody across
Across
the
the
board.
board in every occupation, in every
Yeah,
area of your life. But let's go to 3 times Pro Bowl. Three
yeah,
times, man.
yeah. It's three in a row to be exact. And um, it's so going back to the flip side of me
Hmm. Yeah, it is
getting
a flip
benched from
side.
running back my senior year to playing inside receiver. So
Yeah.
now we get to the West Coast offense.
Hmm.
My third year in the league, that's a passing offense. They put me
Mm.
at fullback. Now I can catch a lot of balls out the backfield. So it's a
Yeah,
perfect offense for me.
for
So it's
you.
like, oh, this is designed for me. So I'm catching 8, 10 balls a game. I'm leading the
Yeah.
team in reception 5 years in a row, catching 50 passes every year. But I
Hmm.
wasn't, I wasn't, I wasn't Earl Campbell, Tony Dorsett, Eric Dickinson no more. So, because that's what I wanted to be like. Walter Payton,
Yes.
that's who I
Yes.
wanted to be. And
Okay,
but
you did
now,
say
so
that.
yeah, it's just versatile back. So
Yeah.
so I was a real versatile back, and catching a lot of passes out of the backfield, being able to protect the quarterback because we threw the ball 100 times a game at University of Houston, so I had to protect Andre a lot.
Mm.
So I knew how to block. You know what I mean? So now it worked to my strength, and that was my key for longevity to play 10 years with one team and
Yes.
have that longevity because I was obviously, and another thing I would say, I was diligently made sure that I was a smart football player. Now
That's
at
great.
one time, yeah, you're talking about they declare some dumb football players for, but you have to be smart to play this game. I mean, this game
Very.
is you have to study, you have to watch film, you have to know the opponents, you got to know everything. It's a lot to do. What's going on in football? A lot of people watch it on TV, and sometimes it's sickening my stomach to listen to them just talk, talk, talk. But
Yeah.
it's
They
so
don't
many variables that goes on in this game, and that's one of the things I would encourage you: study, study, study. Be smart,
study.
smart, and work ethic. If you just have those three characteristics, you got a chance to be successful at where you at until that time you're ready to move to the next level. You got to keep getting
Wow.
better and better. And that's what I would encourage. That's like I said, that's part of my little motivational thing that I would tell kids. I'm not worrying about, you know, how fast and strong and all that stuff you are. But can you pay attention? Can you understand the playbook? Are you gonna be a listener? Are you gonna be a thinker? Are you gonna be able to help others? Or matter of fact, are you gonna be able to help him get better? Because
That's right.
everybody's not at
Who are
your
you
level.
pulling up with you?
Who you
I
pulling
love
up
that.
with you?
That's
That's
right. Who
what
you pulling up with?
that's what makes a great team. That's what makes you even better player. If you can bring somebody along with you.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
yeah, and actually I've been reading the Kobe Bryant book is amazing to me. I don't know if that dude and I always thought he was an amazing guy. But
Yes.
after reading this book and listening
Now you
to
know more.
all this, and I always it is his mindset of the way he played that game. And that's why he's the best, one of the best ever.
That's right.
And
Well, it does start with the mind. You can do anything when you put
start
your
with the
mind
mind.
to it. That's true. And they told us that. But I want to talk about your podcast.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
because we know your stats was great. 18 touchdowns. That's amazing right there. 18 touchdowns in your career time.
Yeah, that's kind of small compared. If I was a
Well,
real
that's
running
still
back,
great, but you're a running back, you
if
know?
I was a
I
real
mean,
running back
I,
though,
I
I'd
mean,
had like 40 or 50. I'm teasing. Yeah, but it's
but you're
okay.
still pretty fast too. You're still
Uh,
pretty fast running.
uh,
Or
uh,
But let's talk about your podcast where you, like you said, you don't like to hear people with the chatter about the game because you don't know. You're not in the game. You don't understand the dynamics of what you guys have to go through when you're in the game and what you're looking at, and they can't see watching from TV or being in Arrowhead Stadium. So
right.
talk about what the 4 minute offense with Darnell Bennett that you guys do during the season. What is that
Well,
all about?
it was great. We started off, this is our first year doing it. It
Yeah,
started off as a
congrats.
reflection of the 90s.
Yes.
And we had Marcus Allen come on the part show. We had Andre Rison. We had Derek Walker. We had a lot of ex-teammates to come in the introduction. And then after that, we just started talking about the things we seen with the Chiefs. We analyzed each game. And the guy, so this is our first year, he didn't put a lot of pressure on to do statistics and do all that stuff. So hopefully we'll grow. So we
Yeah,
just
you
kind of
will.
analyze our thoughts and just be able to talk about what's going on in the game. Just kind of openly like we're just talking now.
Yes.
It wasn't like we had a lot of pressure to be Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny
You don't
Smith,
have
or
to do
something
that
like
one, huh?
that. Yeah, we didn't have
I
to be
love it.
perfect. So and it wasn't no TV. So it was laid back, cool,
Lay
and we
back.
actually had
Yeah.
fun. And actually we had fun. Honestly, I thought that we had what we did 17 weeks, and
Mm-hmm.
it was fun. Each week got better and better. Um, I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it. I look forward to this upcoming season.
Yeah. Well, you talked about the mental state. You spoke about what you would say about kids, but how is health also very important? Because you talked about one time doing a vegan. How do you keep yourself in shape now? What do you do exercise wise? What do you eat? What you don't eat? Come on, talk to
Hey,
us. Tell
hey,
them.
I'm trying to live to be 100. I'm eating. I'm trying everything I can.
Hey, Mr.
There's some
100.
things I may have to stop doing.
Yeah.
Maybe drinking and smoking cigars, but I
But
eat. but
there's the but.
but I eat pretty decent. Uh, you know this now. I'm not. How should I say this on the? I guess I might get some cookers around here. I don't cook. I don't cook, but I have a meal prep lady, so I get good meals. I eat out most of all the time, but I try to stay eating healthy, watch what I eat, and I do exercise every day. I do more of the hit stuff now. I'm not into heavy lifting anything. I would never lift anything heavy like 3, 4, 500 pounds ever again.
Okay.
But I do believe in workouts. I do believe in physical health and mental health. And even with that said, like I said, I do a lot of things mentally too, like to make sure I'm watching, studying film still.
That's it.
Still want to coach. Still, looking for opportunity to coach. Mostly at the college level, NFL level, whatever it may
Come
be.
on now, coaching
And,
opportunities. Y'all
yeah,
hear this?
yeah. So,
I love it.
and I love working with kids.
Yes, you do.
Been thinking about just recently, maybe it is something that's going to be funny too. Me
Okay.
and Pepper, maybe trying to get a facility, a workout facility somewhere
I
in this
would
area,
love
and
that.
start training some of the local kids. You know what I mean?
Let's get it done. Let's get it done. They need that. They need people that love
Yeah.
them unconditionally to pour and sow into their lives like that. So yes, more that's doing it, the more the merrier. So talk about what's behind you. What's behind you?
Oh, that's a couple of old jerseys, a lot of old balls,
A lot of old jerseys,
pro
guys.
football.
38 special.
Yeah, yeah, just some old stuff.
Just some
So
old
some of the
stuff.
stuff, what, truth be told, I got so much of it. All the stuff is really in the attic. It's just,
But that's okay.
and
That's good for today.
here's the true
Okay.
story too. At one time, I didn't save anything from NFL until my life. I didn't save this stuff to my last 4 years.
Oh
Because I
my
remember one
goodness.
time my
Yeah,
mom was telling
yeah.
me, she was like, you need to start saving that stuff. You got this, you got that, and
That's
I
right.
didn't even think about saving. I'm like, I'm just playing football. What is? I don't
I'm
need
just
that stuff.
praying.
That's old.
Yeah.
And so ever since then, I would frame any little piece of art. Because my mom, she told
Yeah.
me like,
Yep.
hey, because
That's wise
this gonna
lady.
be something, for history. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that. Now I got some stuff, even some little books. Oh, I got a book right here that I was
Yeah.
on the
Come on.
cover.
Let me see the
I was on the
book.
cover.
See the book. Let's see the book.
I was on the cover of a book.
See that? Yeah, right there, right there. I love it.
Kansas City
That's
historical book.
38.
Yeah, it's like talk about the
Yes.
team and
Kimble
stuff.
Anders.
So I mean, and this is I don't know if they make this no more. And then like
Oh,
I got
I need to get
pictures.
that book. I need to see.
I don't know where you're gonna find it. I got this from a
Oh,
library in Kansas City in
okay.
93 or 94,
You
95,
need to hold on
95.
that to that.
So
Yeah,
I
you
don't
got
know.
a lot of some more wonderful comments. Just love being sent your way. Just love being sent your way, and you've inspired so many people. They're saying 38. I love it. 38 special. We love the fact that you have remained that humble person with that beautiful smile, that humble spirit more than anything. And he's a giver. He's really a giver, guys. And I love the fact that you still that guy that still has your friends. You didn't get in the NFL and forget about your homeboys and your homies, and
Uh, and I would
that's just
never.
who he is, guys. And thank you for what you said about me as being there since we were kids and just really being sincere. I mean, it was easy. That's your brother. You love your brother. You do what you're supposed to do. And I love you for being a big brother that showed me what love really is and how we down forever. And I can never ever repay that. And you don't have to repay me. That's a love thing. And today
Yeah.
was your day. Galveston came together. We celebrating and honoring you. And I'm so excited. I remember where I was. I was in Atlanta and your text came through. I even put the date down. It was the 30th of April when you sent
Okay.
that article to me. I was like, ah! It was like, yes, I'm so excited. I'm so, so excited for you. And I'm still very proud of you. And so is Galveston. So this is why you were featured tonight on Galveston Featured, because you are our hero. We're so proud of you, males and females alike. We know you have a beautiful spirit. You've had an amazing career. And so we're looking forward to the Hall of Fame. He is one of the inductees for the 2022 Kansas City Chiefs. Anything you want to leave us? You gave us some good things for the youth that I'm so excited to hear.
No, like I say, I'm just gonna say this. I'm very grateful. Like I say, I'm very blessed, and
Yes.
man, I couldn't tell anybody enough how proud I am to be from Galveston. Like
Mm,
it is
thank you.
a treasure to be from
Yes.
Galveston, and like I say, actually to be able to go through my life experience the way it molded me.
Yeah.
That is a blessing to me. That's my
Absolutely.
blessing, just to be able to go through through the ups and downs, and obviously come out on the
Mhm.
end in a better place. Um,
Yes.
a lot of us don't, and like I said, I don't wish it on anybody, but I'm grateful that I was able to kind of stay on course, stay on
Yes, you
course to
did.
fitness.
Well, you have Miss Verna.
Yeah,
Mama Verna didn't play with
no,
none of us.
we
So
tried to stray away though. We could have did. Hey, we gonna stop there. We could have went
yeah,
that
that's
way.
enough.
Yeah. But so I'm just thankful. Then, like I say, for the people in Galveston,
Yeah.
and I'm always thankful to go back and just even a little further to have the opportunity to come back home and make an impact and be the high school AD, the head football
Yeah,
coach,
that was
to be able
awesome.
to reach the kids for that 7 years that I was
Yeah.
there. Win, lose, or draw, it never mattered to me. I wanted to win, and that's the most important thing. And we taught a lot of life lessons. We had some
That was it.
quality coaches there that I brought that coached the NFL, won
Yeah.
Super Bowls, and we had some quality staff members. So I'm hoping that 7 years out there, I know for a fact, personally, we made an impact on
Yes,
people,
you have.
and
You
and
have.
that's all I can control. I can't control nothing
That's
else.
it.
And
That's
so
it.
my that's my life. You know what I mean? And anything that I could do to help, I am anything I do to help anybody. Right
You
now
don't
in
mind
Galveston,
helping.
I don't mind. So and I look forward to just continue to grow with myself, grow
Yes.
and do greater things and better things for other people as well.
I'm so glad to hear that. And I'm so grateful to you for how you gave back to our high school and you spent time pouring in and sewing into kids' lives that today are still telling you the impact that you made in their life. So that right there is all that you asked to do. You were able to do it. Like you said, we all have the proof and the evidence of what you did in Galveston. We're supporting you. We're excited for you. We are celebrating you, brother. I love you so much, and I'm so glad of what your accomplishments is. So, is there a date? We know it's during the season. Is there a date?
November the 6th. November the 6th,
November 6th.
Sunday night football game against the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, the Tennessee Titans gonna be
I
playing. I
know.
might have to go back
Yeah.
to Arrowhead Stadium for that.
Yeah.
We are so proud of you. Is there any parting words? You've given us so much again. Let me say that. And I don't want to miss anything. I think we did. But I know we got to talk about this shirt. This is a custom made t-shirt
Okay, that's good.
at Lady Brown's Boutique in Galveston, Texas. She will customize you a shirt to celebrate Mr. Kimble Anders. Go right ahead.
She would do it less than 2 hours. Just call her.
Hey, she did. She actually did. And
Now,
she
hey,
delivered it to me. So
now,
she came to my house
she's
and
on a
delivered.
mission to get a shirt. I didn't have one. She said, "Well, I'm gonna get one custom made." I said, "Whoa, okay, go ahead then." And she got it on. So
Well, brother,
hey,
I got you. I got you Thursday. I got you
I said,
Thursday. I
I
got you
need her
Thursday.
for tomorrow. Hey, I need one. I need one before Thursday.
Thursday. That's what I say Thursday. I gotta get
Shit.
your size again. Because I know it's not my size. It's larger, your size. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. So
All
November the
right.
6th, guys, y'all catch this. It's a great day. It's a Sunday night football. Who's playing again, brother?
Tennessee Titans. Kansas City Chiefs
Tennessee
versus
Titans.
Tennessee Titans.
So everyone who logged in, we want to thank you. Like, share with somebody in Galveston, as well as Kansas City. We're not leaving out here as many fans there. And I'm so appreciative, guys. I know there's so much that book is going to entail. Leave out the part about. No, I'm just kidding. I was just teasing. It's nothing even to
I'm
it.
keeping it. I'm keeping it PG. It's gonna be. It's a actually. So here's my goal for the book. It's a
Okay.
motivational to help someone to lift someone up. So it's
I
all
got some great
motivational.
authors that can help you keep you on focus, get your schedule. I don't know who you have with you right now. Publishers that are great, they'll help you. So, and I'm sure anybody would love to help you to get that right.
Oh
So
yeah.
again, thanks everyone for logging in to see Kimble Anders. We are so proud of him. Hall of Famer. Man, I'm so proud. I don't know what to do. I held it together. I didn't have no tears.
That's good.
Not now.
That's very good. That is. That
But I
is.
am so proud of
I
you
applaud you for that.
because I can cry.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. You're
So we're
right.
gonna sign on together, brother, because we thank God for everyone's time. We thank y'all for tuning in. We thank you for supporting my big brother, my God brother. I love him. I've seen his walk. I've seen what God has allowed him to accomplish, and he still remained that humble guy, that giving guy, and the guy that does not mind sowing and pouring into you. So, brother, with that being said, are you open? I know the answer to going to someone's church or sowing into the youth again, anywhere.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All the time.
So how can we
Anytime.
find you? How can they find you?
Shoot, what I got? Don't forget, you called me.
He got to go look it up,
Hey,
y'all. We'll
oh
put it in the
man. Hey,
comments.
you know what? I'll be like, hey, I got one. I'm be like
Yeah,
the
what?
kids. It's on
What?
social media. DM me.
Yeah,
What the kids?
DM
What they say?
him. Yep.
DM. What
Thank
the
you.
DM? Hit me my DM.
Facebook,
Facebook,
Kimble
yeah. I
L.
think I'm on
Anders.
Facebook and IG. I'm on Facebook
IG.
and
Yeah,
IG.
he's on IG. You can't miss him. Just look him up. Thank you again for tuning in. God bless you all. Remember to like, share, follow, and subscribe. Simply Free Little Talk. look out for his upcoming book. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to declare it's a bestseller, brother, because it has a lot of truth. It's going to have good things in there people can learn from. So we just thank you for signing on and taking the time to hear from Kimble Anders. We are so excited that Kimble is going forth. We call him Cooney out of affection, out of love. That's his nickname. Like y'all heard him say Fee. So we have nicknames in Galveston for those who don't know. But be blessed. Thank you.
All right, thank you.